Hey friends, family, and subscribers. Today's gonna be a different video. I know usually you see me running, but just full transparency, I did not run this past Sunday. I feel shameful and guilt about it. I almost didn't post a video. It's taking everything in me to record this and make sure it's posted by tomorrow. Today's Tuesday night. Usually I have my recordings done Sunday, obviously for my Sunday run day. Yeah, but I honest, I did run today, and this is my post run of my shorter distance, but I don't want to focus on that. I want to touch on my Sunday commitment and how I didn't follow through this Sunday. Like I said, a lot of shame, guilt, self-imposed mostly, because I have goals and I want to complete them. I just got wrapped up in life and the holidays, and got sucked into some of my past distractions pretty hard. One of which is taking passive routes about everything, putting everything off, telling myself I can wait till tomorrow or I can wait till later. And per usual, I did that enough times. The task felt so overwhelming and the things I had to get done felt so overwhelming that I just kind of sunk into my deeper distractions to distract myself from the fact that I was being distracted. And those are playing video games is one of my big distractions. And I'm not here to bash video games. I love video games. I need them in moderation, and I would argue many other people do. If not, I find myself playing for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours at a time and neglecting people, neglecting responsibilities, really neglecting duties. And that's kind of what happened over this holiday weekend when I didn't have work. I just found myself plugged into the game, even when I was with my kids. Love them, but they can definitely push the video game agenda, which is one of my weak points. And I use it as a justification to myself. Well, the kids want to play it, it's how they want to bond. So I find myself being pulled into playing video games a lot more and distracting myself. And it just took hold. It started to become a habit. I hadn't ran in a week today. Last run was last Tuesday that I did. Wednesday I had a dental appointment last week, and the dental appointment really wrecked me. I felt sick. I felt like I was a really bad headache, and like I got punched in the face because I got fillings in, and usually fillings aren't that bad, but for some reason I was just wrecked. So I didn't run that day, and that was the start of it. I felt like crap. I didn't run. That I kind of was like, fine, I can live with this decision. I can own this. And then Thursday came, and I had Thursday off because of Christmas Eve. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna go home. I'll make sure to get my run Christmas Eve before I go see the kids. I pushed off leaving way too late. Didn't get time to get set up and established in my run Thursday before I committed to go seeing the kids on Christmas Eve. So I didn't get my run in on Thursday, and that's when things kind of started going downhill. Started eating foods that weren't healthy. I didn't eat any foods that loved me back probably in 4 days. I had a lot of cakes, pies, candies. Didn't hydrate well enough, and I felt it on the run today. I ran significantly slower than typical, but in general, just like all the little things start compounding really hard against me to try to deter me from the commitments that I've decided to place in my life that I have started to see, and still continue to see positivity investments come back in my life, and how I feel and how I think and how I show up. All these distractions came in full force. I don't know what you guys believe in. Enemy is the devil, yada yada. I'm not saying yada yada to demean anyone's beliefs or anything, but whatever forces are at play against the productiveness and self-betterment that I'm a part of were definitely full-fledged attack. They seen a crack and they exploited it. They came after me. I fell right into the snare of my own doing. I'm not saying it's some force outside of me who's controlled that I fell into this and I'm a helpless victim. No, I teed myself up to be kind of catapulted into this destruction habitual cycle. A positive note, fortunately, I am only a week in, and I'm intentionally reversing it back to my commitments, back to what I told myself I would commit to. Typically, it would take me weeks, months, sometimes even a whole quarter of a year to half a year to get myself recalibrated enough to step back into it. Getting over the shame, getting over the guilt that I place on myself, getting over the negative scripts running through my head of like, I'm not worthy enough. Who is I to think I could accomplish things like this? It's too big of a feat for me to do, to a training plan to accomplish. Like thoughts like these came at me. I have evidence to disprove it based off of this YouTube channel, based off of other wins I've had in my life. But before, I would fall into those beliefs, and where you place your attention is where you place your energy. And my attention was on not feeling worthy enough to step into the calling and get the healthy and productive and loving things in my life. So that's where my attention was. I wasn't worthy, so that's where my energy went. And what you place your energy on, you manifest into your life. I full-heartedly believe in that. So I was manifesting my unworthiness. I was manifesting not being strong enough, not being committed enough. I was focusing on the all or nothing mindset that, like if I'm not born with this skill, there's no way I can become good at it, which is a totally illogical fallacy. Skills can be built, things can be worked on, improved, and progress can be made. Milestones can be accomplished, great things can be accomplished through consistent and persistent commitments to yourself. Another thing that kind of hurts is my running is, like I've mentioned in previous videos, it's more than miles for me. It's more than running. It's someone asked me today, actually, they said, you run for fun, don't you? You like running? I said, not particularly, actually. I like the benefits from running. And I say that to people and with the intention to see how they follow up. If they just say, yeah, that makes sense, I just like laugh it off and let the conversation go. But I know eventually there's going to be a small percentage of people out there who are like, well, what are those benefits that you're after if you don't like running? And that's when I will take the conversation to the next level. Let them know the benefits. It's not the external marathon I'm after per se. It's the commitment to myself. It's the self-love and self-worth I build through sticking to my commitments. It's that commitment capital that I talked about, that I'm banking up for myself. That way, when others come in my life that need me to be committed, I've proven it to myself that I can be committed. I've invested in myself. I've set away that commitment capital that I can draw on to stay committed to others that I've invested time with, be it a lunch, be it a phone call, be it picking up someone from the airport, be it just any little thing, or even a big ticket item that I've said I'm committed to, be it picking my kids up at a certain time on a certain day that I told them, scheduling a game to play with them online since I'm not there every day and I work away. I'm remote working for a week at a time and I see them on weekends. So those little commitment blocks that I've given to myself that I've proven that I'm worthy of helps me understand that it's important to keep the commitments to yourself. And if it's important to keep commitments to yourself, it's important to keep commitments to others. And it's really hard to keep commitments to others when you're not keeping them for yourself. That is the truth that I learned, the truth that I've experienced, the anecdotal evidence that I give testimony to, and it's 100% true. It gets a little bit easier to stick to commitments that you've set with someone else when you're not constantly sabotaging the commitments to yourself. Because if you don't believe you're worth your commitment, how can you really logically believe that someone else is worth your time, worth your energy, worth your commitment? Because that's what you're really saying you're going to give to someone when you make a commitment with them. It's what you say you're going to give to yourself when you make a commitment for yourself. And that's really what I took for myself this past week. The self-worth and self-love and the self-belief and the commitments I made to myself. And I did play a shit ton of video games. I did get, not that it's comparable compensation, but I did get pretty good at Rocket League. Definitely not comparable compensation. I would, if I would rewind this week, I would go back and I would want to step up and even do one of the tasks. All the productive things that I set for myself this week, I fell off, like I said, Wednesday through Sunday, even a little bit on Monday. Didn't get, which was yesterday. Didn't get anything done for a good solid 5-6 days. And I'm feeling it today. I feel energetically low. I feel self-worth low. I feel self-love low. And it's hard to face. It's hard to share this. It's hard to post this video. Like I said at the beginning, it's going to be challenging for me to upload this. But being real and expressing myself is something I'm committed to. Because I want others, especially my 2 boys, to understand that it's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay not to be fine. It's okay not to be okay. And it's okay to tell people that. And that how they take it and how they receive it, whether they think I'm dumb or stupid or ignorant for sharing this, or that I suck or I'm not good. Their opinions don't matter. Hold on, I take that back. Their opinions do matter, but if I'm not willing to live the life they're living, I have to be in the mindset that I'm not willing to take on the criticisms that they give. If someone's not willing to pay me compliments for the things I'm doing right, I'm not willing to hear the criticisms that they're throwing at me. And ultimately, like, I'm not doing this video for everyone. I'm not doing this video for 100% of people. There's going to be a target audience that enjoys what I have to say, that's open and receptive to being expressive, to standing up and getting after their challenges, that cultivate confidence in themselves. There's going to be people who are ready for that. There's going to be people who resent that and feel bitter and some sort of resistance and pain to that, because deep down they want to be ready for it, but they're not. And that's okay. I can't and I won't, and I'm not going to please everyone. All I know is here's where I am right now. I'm at a low point of my journey. Looking back, I know I maybe only have 7 videos posted on Cultivating Confidence, but I've been running for far longer than 7 weeks. I've been running close to 3 months since I started this the program to train for a marathon. I've been running longer than 3 months, but the marathon program 3 months, and I've hit every Sunday up till this point. So that's a good completion ratio. I'm not going to take this one event as gospel and truth. I'm going to allow myself the grace to understand that I've accomplished many Sundays that I committed to prior to this point. But I'm also not going to bury my head in the sand and understand that this was not okay, that I didn't fail, because in this small, I haven't lost the war, and that's, I think, what's important to focus in on. I may have lost this battle, but I'm still in the fight. The only way to lose the war is by quitting and giving up completely, and that I'm not going to do. I'm going to moderately adjust my training schedule. 9 miles is very painful to do today. My right hip flexor is on fire. So it makes me think I need to build back up a little bit, because I took a whole week off. No stretching, no nothing, no eating right, no hydrating. It's the same thing I did to myself 3 or 4 weeks back, where I ran the 18 or 19 miles and was just wrecked afterwards. Not to such extent, but I think I need to build back into the training program I have set now. So I plan to do that. So thank you for listening and being here, and I appreciate on the forefront your grace and understanding. I appreciate all support. I appreciate your encouragements. I appreciate your reality and hard truths that, yeah, like addressing the fact that I did fall short. I'm still posting a video, so that's finding the win and silver lining, finding the purpose through the pain, finding the silver lining of the storm. I think that's important. It's important not to get too focused in on that 1% or 1 to 10% silver lining and really negate the 90% of the systematic fail of battle that I had. I waged a battle. The enemy won this time, but I'm getting back into the fight, recalibrating, regrouping. So again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for being with me through the highs, which completing some of these longer runs, I've been on definite highs, and here I am at a low, and here you are with me. So I want to thank you. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to hear more of my journey. Please take a few minutes to copy and paste this to someone who needs to hear this, who's maybe going through a similar struggle, who's in maybe a low of their own right now, who could benefit from hearing this, could benefit from the perceptions and perspectives that I've posed of going through a quote-unquote failure and losing a battle but not losing the war. I think more people would benefit from hearing that. Obviously, like I'm here doing a whole YouTube channel, putting my message out there because I believe that more people need to hear certain messages that I can provide, and experiences that I'm going through and have went through, that I want to share and give back to people I care about, people I love. So yeah, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. Drop me some comments. Let me know what you like about the video, what you don't like. Let's get some dialogue going. I'd love to connect with more people, and especially on this journey that I'm on, get more conversation going around it. It would definitely be a service to me to help me stay committed when I feel the backing of like friends, families, and followers here on YouTube. So I appreciate you all for being here, and until next time.